क्या आप आईएएस की तैयारी कर रहे हैं और कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट्स को 2.5 लाख तक की फीस नहीं पे करना चाहते? अगर हाँ, तो 22,500 रुपए में घर बैठ के StudyIQ के पेनड्राइव कोर्स के साथ आप आईएएस की तैयारी कर सकते हैं। आज ही विजिट करें StudyIQ.com.
Very good morning to all my dear friends. I am Prashant Pavani. I hope you all are doing good. Let's have a positive start first. I'm sure you all are enjoying your Sunday as well. जहाँ भी हो, जैसे भी हो, कर्मशील रहिए, भाग्य अवश्य बदलेगा. That means that wherever you are, whatever situation you are in, make sure that you are active. Make sure you are preparing yourself. You are honing your skills. You are active and working hard. And it's only through hard work we can change our destiny. With this difference, if you want to download the PDF of today's lecture, you will get it from my Facebook page that is given here. And this is my Twitter handle from where you can download the PDF of today's discussion. With this difference, one more thing that I would like to add here is that today is Sunday, so we don't get editorials and articles. But I have got a special topic for you guys, and it's about UPSPA. UPSPA stands for Armed Forces Special Power Act. Now, from the name itself, you can figure it out that Armed Forces had a special power. It's a very controversial law or act, and we are going to talk about it in detail. We will go through why this particular law is controversial. But one thing that I would like to add here, that recently it was part of current affair. In fact, it is part of current affair as we are speaking now. So let me take you through background of this UPSPA, why it is controversial. It was first of all passed back in 1958 by our parliament, and the act is also termed as Draconian Act. Draconian means an act that is ruthless, that is outdated, and that is of course not progressive. So harsh acts or laws are called draconian. And one of the main purpose of introduction of this UPSPA is to get rid of or to deal with this insurgents. It's because this insurgents, right, they don't follow any rules and regulations, and army and armed forces, they have to follow some rules and regulations and protocols. So to give army a sort of free hand, this thing was introduced back in 1947. Even Supreme Court was all right with this UPSPA. It upheld this act in 1997, and finally in 2004 a committee was constituted. The chairman of this committee was Justice B.P. Jeevan Reddy, and as per the recommendation of this B.P. Jeevan Reddy, and you have to remember this name, that this particular committee is associated with UPSPA, just in case if you find match the following type of question. So this BP Jeevan Reddy committee recommended that we need to get rid of this UPSPA, delete UPSPA as soon as possible. And one of a couple of reasons behind it is, of course, section 4 that you can see on your screen. It empowers army to search premises, to make arrests without warrants, and also use extreme force. Extreme force means beating you, torturing you, and also, hitting you with a bullet in your head. So this is too much, it's like a license to kill. Then you have section 6 that allows armed forces to seize your property. And section 7 is again a bit controversial thing here, that armed forces men, army men, if they are acting in good faith in their official capacity, then no sort of prosecution can be conducted against them. So a sort of immunity is provided to them. And just in case if you want to carry a prosecution or something, then you need to get a sort of green signal from central government. Now, before we move ahead and discuss anything in detail, I would like to highlight here that we need to catch this shade, right? The reason I'm saying UPSPA is not good, and the reason, or one of the main reason, is that, see, first of all, out of 100 army men, just take that this 100 army men are all armed forces personnel that we have in our country. I'm not saying that all of them are misusing this UPSPA. This cannot be possible. Our army is a very professional army, mind you. But that does not mean that we are flawless, right? There are a few people out there, they could be in 1% or less than 1% people who are misusing it. But because your uniform is something that is more visible, that is part of your identity, and it applies with religious identity as well. Take example of someone wearing a skull cap or a cap. We call them either Jews or Muslims. Someone carrying a tika on their forehead, Hindus. And now when you are carrying this sort of identities, and when you are doing something wrong, people who are watching it or witnessing it will say that this community people are always doing this sort of things. Same thing happens with or applies to this police people or any sort of uniform personnels. So I would like to clarify here that I'm not saying all our army men are doing or misusing UPSPA, but of course, right, with conviction, I'm saying that there are few boys out there, they are misusing it, and because of this thing, the whole image of army is getting a sort of dent. Now let's check the areas where you find them, or this UPSPA is applicable. It's in northeastern part, as you can see on your screen, and then you have this Jammu and Kashmir region. Now when I say northeastern, I'm not saying that it's applicable everywhere. The thing is, dear friends, you can of course download the PDF of today's lecture and go through it, and I would reckon you guys to at least spend 2 to 3 minutes after this map here. So you can see it's in Nagaland, Assam, Manipur. There are some accepted areas, and then you have Arunachal Pradesh, Meghalaya, Jammu and Kashmir. It was lifted from Tripura, Mizoram, Punjab and Chandigarh. Years are given. Help yourself with it, dear friends. Right, so the reason why it is part of current affairs is because 350 serving officers of Indian Army, they have moved to Supreme Court, right, and they are appealing this thing. They are demanding that UPSPA should not be removed. It should not be repealed. And they are also saying that they should be given, these army men should be given, they should be beyond legal scrutiny, or else they cannot operate. It is impossible. That's what they are saying, that it is impossible for them to operate in this sort of areas. Now the thing is that Supreme Court back in 2016 ordered this thing, and Supreme Court has clarified this thing, that soldiers, they are very important, we respect them as well, but they do not enjoy absolute immunity even when UPSPA was enforced. That means you don't have license to kill. You don't have LTK, license to kill, right? Your every bullet, right? You are responsible when you are carrying or wearing that uniform and gun. Then you are extra responsible. You cannot behave like insurgents. So this is a thing as well. The other thing is that in 2017, Supreme Court asked the CBI to probe the death of 12-year-old boy in Manipur. Now, let me tell you that this boy was dragged out of his house. His parents were beaten up as well, right? He was beaten very badly by a major, and he was killed, right, in cold blood. So this thing shook the Supreme Court as well, and it will shook anyone, isn't it? Shake anyone, in fact, and CBI was shocked as well, and CBI was asked by Supreme Court to probe the death of this 12-year-old boy. And so far what we know from media reports, CBI has filed a case against, or CBI is claiming that it has got substantial evidence against this major. So there are two things that we can make out of it, not out of this incident or this CBI inquiry, but I'm talking about this current affairs thing, that 350 serving officers are demanding something. First of all, right, they have breached this institutional integrity. If army is not happy with something, then army officially, right, will go or knock the courts off, doors of courts. But 350 or maybe 500, here you have some 350 army men. They are demanding something, but they are not representing army here. It's not officially army is knocking the doors of court. It is this 350 army personnel. They are asking for it. So they have breached institutional integrity as well. The second thing is that fundamental issue about this immunity, right, beyond scrutiny, that no scrutiny can be conducted. This is something that is of course not acceptable in democracy. It has no place at all in democracy. No organ of our state has this sort of license to kill. Even our judiciary, even our parliament, they have these checks and balances, and every organization, every department, every arm of government or state should have these checks and balances in democracy particularly. So UPSPA, of course, it should be removed. And one more thing that recently we have seen that senior army personnel, they have started interfering and passing comments regarding civilian matters. An army officer, top level one, recently he said that that Indian Army or Defense Forces are capable for two-front war. Two-front war basically means that being in a state of war at the same time with China and Pakistan. This is something that is not allowed. This is something that we don't appreciate here. But because when we compare Pakistani army and its role in politics, we don't want to see that sort of thing here in our country at all. With this, dear friends, that's everything in this UPSPA article or special topic. Now, before moving ahead, I would like to introduce all of you to our pen drive and tablet courses. They are available for various different exams, as you can see on your screen. To find out more about it, check out StudyIQ.com. The first item that we have is coming from Kerala. Prime Minister took an aerial survey. Prime Minister has declared immediate 500 crore rupees financial assistance. Loss of approx 19,512 crore has been calculated. It's an approximate figure. Immediate assistance of 2,000 crore is required. That's what CM of Kerala has said, and I would request all of you, I beg all of you to please, if you can, if you can give just 10 rupees as well, then please, do help the state of Kerala. If you cannot, for whatever reasons, if you have money issues or financial crisis going on at present, then I would say don't worry about it. Don't, if you can, then do it. If you can't, then just share, spread the message. That's again a very important thing that you are doing. 2 lakh rupees will be given to ex gratia of 2 lakh rupees to the next of the kin or those persons who died because of this floodings, and 50,000 for those seriously injured. You can see pictures here. You can see good people, Samaritans, helping other people, so it's a good thing. You have a very good example of Henan. Henan is a 19-year-old girl from Kerala who was recently both appreciated and trolled on social media for posting photographs of her life's challenges. She got some 1.5 lakh or more than that as a help from various people, and she has donated 1.5 lakh rupees for the flood relief. So this is, Hanan, she has done absolutely fantastic job. It's not about money only, it's about her heart. So thank you, Hanan. And we have news coming from UAE, the Sheikh or the King of UAE. And I have a map-based question for you guys based on UAE. So a map I will show you at the end of the lecture. But King Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum has announced that support will be provided to the people of Kerala and the state of Kerala. Yesterday we were talking about this thing, and you see here that he has said that people of Kerala has played a very important role in this success story of UAE. Indian ambassador to USA, I beg your pardon, UAE, Navdeep Singh Suri, is going to chair a meeting that is going to take place today. United Nations has expressed grief over this loss of life and destruction. United Nations Chief or Secretary General Antonio Guterres, who is basically from Portugal, he has expressed his sadness, and we have a sad news coming from United Nations, and the sad news is that former United Nations Secretary General Kofi Annan, Kofi Annan, who was from Ghana, a country in Africa, he is no more with us. A very great person, of course, and God bless his departed soul. With this, dear friends, Imran Khan has sworn in as Prime Minister, and let's see what will happen with under the rule or this leadership of Imran Khan. Let's wish him best of luck, and we want to see a new Pakistan, right? A peaceful Pakistan, a friendly Pakistan. That will be beneficial for the whole region. Breakthrough in Dabolkar murder case. This is a big thing. It took nearly 5 years, but now at least we have found a person who was involved with the murder of this rationalist Dabolkar, Narendra Dabolkar. Something similar to what happened with Gauri Lankesh, because this rationalist people, they are providing a different point of view. Of course, they are not using offensive language or anything. They are using logical language. They are against superstitions and other things. And what people are doing in the name of religion, right? They are claiming that they are representatives of X religion or Y religion, and this applies to this terrorists and all this sort of hate spreading groups and people, right? There is no religion, as far as I know, that promotes hate, that promotes violence. There is no religion at all. If someone is telling you this thing that this religion is asking people to kill other people, then that person is taking a mickey out of you, or that person is taking you for a ride. Don't believe that person. There are books available out there. You can read Quran, you can read Bible, you have Vedas and Gitas, and you can go through it and you will find out by yourself. With this, dear friends, revise trade laws, tariffs. That's what we have been asked by US ambassador. They want us to get rid of these barriers and tariffs. They are saying that if you want to become innovation hub of innovation and production, then do think about this, getting rid of these barriers and tariffs. And this is something that will be discussed in 2+2 ministerial engagement that is going to take place on 6th September. It's a small update here. Again, a small update. A very famous noted jurist and former Attorney General of India, Soli Sorabjee, has said that traffickers should be treated as murderers. So think about it, right? You can, if you want, then you can write down an essay on trafficking, or have kids or women, or situation of women as far as trafficking is concerned. You can think about it, and you can write down a small essay on it. You can stick it in the comment section if you want, but I will reckon you guys, today is Sunday, so it will take 10-15 minutes, but it will be a good brainstorming exercise. Rhino that we find in our country, single horned rhino, right? Kaziranga National Park is world famous for this single horned rhino, and now it is going to be divided into two different parts. One is Eastern Assam Wildlife and Biswanath Wildlife. So this is just a small update again, but I thought I should share it with you guys, just in case if you find a question on this sort of things. And Helium turns 150, right? When I say 150, I mean to say 150 years old. Yesterday, that was August 18, was its 150th anniversary. It was back in 1868 when helium was discovered by astronomers studying the sun during a solar eclipse. And it's quite surprising that it was the site of this discovery was none other than Andhra coast. So hip hip hooray for our country. And today we are living in an era where with the help of this spectrum of light, we can determine chemical compositions and stars and gas, and also temperature and density. And dear friends, Meghalayan farms are also bird habitats, protected areas that we have. I'll give you a small example. So say, for example, this is your protected area, and you have this surrounding area, right, where people are working and they have their own plantation and things like that. This area is working as a sort of, alternative, not alternative, but it is a very functional, very much in utility as far as this bird bird lives are concerned. So this Meghalaya's beg your pardon, it's not a very familiar name. Nogkhilem Wildlife Sanctuary is in news for this functional bird community. That's everything. These are your vocabularies if you are interested. And that's everything, dear friend. This is your yesterday's map-based question. It is 180 degree east as well as 180 degree west as well, because if you're coming from this side, then it will become your 180 degree west. If you're coming from this side, then it will become your 180 degree east. It's a timeline. Beg your pardon. It's a date line. Right? It's your date line, and a line that is just, the other side of the globe. The one that passes from UK and parts of Africa. It passes from Ghana as well, if I'm not wrong. So this line, the line that you have on the other side is your timeline, and this line is a date line. Thank you very much for to all of you, right? Particularly those students who have explained this whole concept. So thank you very much. And today's map-based quiz is in front of your screen. This is UAE. Now the first question is, can you give me the name of the capital of UAE? And the second thing is the name United Arab Emirates. So Emirates here, right, or kings or kingdoms. So how many kingdoms do you have here? Give me the figure as well as names of these kingdoms. It's a very interesting exercise. You don't have any MCQ today, but I have got answer for you. That's on your screen. Again, check out StudyIQ.com to find out more about our pen drive and tablet courses. Enjoy your Sunday. I will see you all tomorrow. God bless you all. Think about Kerala. Jai Hind.